For those who don't know, I'm a student, a YouTuber obviously, and sometimes I do videography. Now, you might have seen all over on social media people telling you guys that, look, you can make $10,000 in the next 8 months as a student by doing all these kind of things, that, this, and they are all sorts of right? I'm here to tell you guys the hard truth, something I've divided into 3 sections. Well, if you've not subscribed to this channel, this is the right moment to do it because I'm giving you a little bit of time to do it. And then let's move straight into it. So all these YouTubers will tell you that, look, one of the ways you can make money is to go on Fiverr, type for people, interpret French to English, creating designs, editing video. All these kind of things are things you have to get out of skills, hard skills for that matter. And so it's very important to consider the fact that you need to have the skill. So I believe when these YouTubers are talking to people to work on Fiverr, they are talking to people who already have the skill. And so when they tell you that, look, in the next 8 months, you are going to make $5,000, you need time to even learn the skill, which is not very much possible. I mean, you should consider building a skill which will not take much of your time because you are a student. So you can consider maybe coding, video editing, graphic design, I don't know, everything that will not take much of your time as a student. Definitely it can make you focus on studying, which is very crucial as a student. Now, aside the hard skill, you need to build a soft skill as well. You know how to communicate because it's very important. If, for instance, you know how to do graphic design and you don't know how to communicate, tell people about your job, how are you going to make it happen? Let's say, for instance, one of the skills you decide to build is public speaking, which is very important. I mean, you have the opportunity to speak to students, teach them, and then you get paid for it. And then you can't speak to people, then it's not going to be successful because you have to tell people about your job. That's what you basically do. So aside the fact that you have your hard skill, you should consider building a soft skill as well, which is very crucial when it comes to making money as a student. Now, I can tell you guys about my story. I mean, I just came to school. I'm in medical school for that matter, which demands a lot of time. Since, I'm able to manage my time very well, I'm able to find a window to be able to do videography. Now, I learned editing all from, YouTube, seriously. So what I can tell you guys is that, sometimes you cannot acquire a skill like I did by just learning how to edit video from YouTube or wherever. So in so doing, you can identify what you are good at. Maybe you are good at public speaking. Maybe you have long hairs. You want to talk to people about how you can, go about it, making it even longer. You can make money out of all those kind of things. So what I'll tell you is that first of all, identify your skill. If you can acquire one, and then you can gain money out of it, which is very, very important. Now, aside that, you should continue working because definitely it's very, very difficult in the space. There are a lot of people in the same space you'd want to get into. In the video editing space, there are a lot of people. The people do better graphic designs than you might be doing. And so you have to be patient and then keep on working. And then one day enjoy the fruit of your labor. So that's what I would say. Aside the fact that they tell you, look, in the next 5 months, you're going to make 5,000, you should consider building a skill or build upon what you have already, your unfair advantage, and make money out of it. So moving on to the number 2. Number 2 is about networking, which is very, very important, but which is very difficult for students because we have all our time concentrated on our books, doing something which has nothing to do with going outdoor, going to, conferences and then meeting new people and talking about your work. You get what I'm trying to say. So that's why you have to know it. So as if you are to sacrifice what you are studying for it, then you go ahead and make it happen because that's the best way you can go about it, I believe. Now, me personally, I think networking is very, very crucial, not only for students trying to make money, but making money in general. So it's very important to know who to talk to, and especially people in your domain. Networking is basically about, talking to new people, getting their idea, opinions. But these people should be in your domain. They should be the people of interest, something they are interested in, right? So I think with that, you can be focused on one thing and then make money out of it as a student, right? So it is very, very crucial. You might have the opportunities merely by talking to somebody at a particular event. You might get a part-time job. You might get an internship. So it's not just about watching YouTube video and then letting you know that, look, you can make money without them telling the hard truth. So try a network. I don't know if I can give a very good example. My video editing is basically something I do, but I wouldn't have to sit home and then get a job, right? I need to talk to people who are in my domain, people who are interested in what I do. For instance, people who are getting married are the people I have to talk to in the next 5 months, in the next 3 months. So they know I'm a videographer, and when they are ready to get married and they need a videographer, I can be available to shoot them. So that is how, not to literally shoot them, to shoot them. Then again, sometimes networking is difficult for a lot of people. Before I started becoming confident, which I'll do video about how I became confident on this channel, look, it was very difficult for me. I was not very much outgoing. But then someone like you can also meet your people through online social media, which you guys neglect, right? We have something called LinkedIn. Now, at this place, you can find people who are interested in whatever you do, and then you get to know them, and then you share more ideas. You never know. That's where your opportunity is. That's why it's not just about doing whatever they tell you on social media, but also find the right people to talk to. It's very difficult, but then there are ways you can actually overcome the fact that you cannot, network, which I'll do later on in another, video, because it's very important for students. Because most students, it's all about book. It's all about, putting their head into the book. But at the end of the day, you have to learn how to communicate, say hello to people, move to people, tell them. The mere saying hi can actually elevate you from where you are today into making money tomorrow. So luck plays an important role when it comes to making money as a student. Now, you might have watched tons of YouTube videos, but trust me, none of them have ever made mention of the fact that you have to be lucky sometimes because it's really necessary. Well, I think it's because it's not the only determinant. There are other factors that you have to look out for. These are the factors that you can actually control, like how to acquire skills and work on your already existing skills, sometimes networking. So I believe strongly that these are some of the reasons why they don't tell you that luck plays an important role. But let me give you a very good example. Even though luck is something that does not keep occurring most of the time. You cannot be lucky for 5 consecutive days, no. But let's say you are going for jogging as a student, because that's an important part of your life as a student. You need to exercise, be healthy. Now, on your way going for the jogging, you realize that you met someone who is ready to help you, as a student, to set up a business. That's luck. That's mere luck. You were not anticipating that, and it happened. But what I will tell you about luck is that, look, luck opens an opportunity for you. Luck introduces you to people, but it's not just that. Because it's something you cannot keep having all the time, you should take advantage of the opportunity shown to you. You should make sure you grab it. Make it relevant. Make it have a purpose. So let's say, for instance, if you meet someone on your way to jogging, and the person offers to, help you buy a computer or a laptop, a powerful PC, in order to be better at what you do in terms of graphic designing or videography, and you get it, don't sleep on it. Make sure you work. Let the person's effort not be in vain. That's how you take advantage of luck. And that's how luck is very, very important. Finally, I've come to the end of the video, and you yourself, you realize that these are some of the things they will never tell you when they are talking to you about making $5,000 in 8 months as a student. If you realize that yourself, that there is a need for you to build a skill or work on the ones that you already have, that's your unfair advantage. And definitely you need networking. It's very crucial when it comes to making money in general, and even as a student. And since you can't do the first two quite easy as a medical student, or basically as a student, there is a need for you to pray for luck. That is why luck plays an important role. But don't rely mainly on luck, because you have to consider things that are, things that you can control yourself, because luck comes once in a while. So I've come to the end of the video. Please do to subscribe to this channel if you haven't subscribed yet. Leave a like as well as a comment in the comment section. And also, you can tell people about ways people can make money in the comment section, and they would identify